Hello, welcome to
Hello.
Bharat Times, Mr. Sandip Chatterjee. How
Thank
are
you very
you
much.
doing?
I am fine too, and thanks to Bharat Times for previewing our concert and all the necessary actions they are taking for the music. That's great for me. So
Yes,
thank you very much to Bharat
oh,
Times.
no problem. Your concert was great, simply grand, and people just loved it, and they wish you would come back. And
Thank you.
yeah,
It's my heartiest pleasure.
Uh-huh.
It is my heartiest pleasure that they liked it. Thank you very much for that to them.
Yes. Is this your first time in Montreal?
Yeah, this is my first time.
How did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot, and especially the response from the audience, it was great. Mm-hmm. And secondly, I had mentioned that when an artist is going to perform somewhere, and when they see the response coming from the listeners, like clapping or something like Kya Baat, sometimes we follow in the India, the Kya Baat is very common. Yes. But when in the abroad, when there is replicating the like clapping, that is another great thing for us. And I was so happy to be there at that time when me and Shubho were playing there and they were liking our music, and sometimes in between they were clapping. So it was great experience for me.
Oh, that's nice. And I see that you also have, just like Mr. Subhajyoti, you also have followed two gharanas, Maihar and Patiala. Do you do like your own infusion of these gharanas? And
no, basically the concept of the gharanas is very long and prolonged. Whatever the teachers I learned from actually when I started, that was the Maihar gharana from Pandit Tarun Bhattacharya. I started learning Santoor. I learned, and then my inside of mine, it was happening that I should learn some kinds of vocals by which I can render something, because Santoor is a very staccato form of music. Right. But I thought that by which I can little bit copy or to learn the vocal style, or if I can imitate or incorporate to my playing of style, the vocal style, then that will be great. So it was my desire from the long time, and then I joined, and I got fortunate to got the guru like Pandit Ajay Chakravarti ji, who learned me several vocal things. So that was my blessings from the gurus.
Yeah. And you have, so you're a disciple of Pandit Tarun Bhattacharya.
Tarun Bhattacharya and the vocal master Pandit Ajay Chakravarti. From Ajay Chakravarti, I'm learning from like 16 years. And so happy and grateful for it to the Almighty.
Okay. Do you play solo as well, or do vocals like sing with it, or how?
No, I understood your question. So the thing is that solo is my first criteria, but along with to incorporate the style of playing inside, where it is called the Santoor Baz, or the style of playing which I am performing. There I try to incorporate some styles of vocals. So for that, those who are the listeners over there, I hope they have observed the some of the portions, like half of the portions I was playing with one stick only. And on the other hand, the left hand I was plucking the chikaris.
Okay.
And that I am trying exactly, to incorporate more vocal styles, and that was the style which I am trying to build up with in my own.
Okay. Well, it's always nice to, be more creative and stuff. And I've also noticed that you have collaborated, I guess, in your musical life with other...
exactly. I have collaborated with several musicians. Basically, my first hub was in Europe. And when I performed first time in the Europe, in the classical music, there I got the opportunity to meet several beautiful world music category musicians. Those are very famous. And when they approached me that why don't you do something, so what I did firstly, I also learned the Western classical music, the chord structures and all the stuff and pianos. And then I tried to have the style of the jazz and the modern jazz style.
Wow.
And I practiced accordingly that if anybody wants to play with them of the jazz genre, then how can I be adjust with them, with the knowledge? With them. So, and as the Santoor is the staccato form, which I told you before, so it has opportunity, and which I explored, that if I, in the chromatical tuning from the any scale, because every instrument have a dose for a specific range of scale. Like somebody's for the vocal, basically it happens like B flat, B minor, B major, or like C sharp or C. But for Santoor, it is like the D, the basic do, the basic scale of the pitch. The Santoor is usually played in the D. But what I tried, that if anybody wants to play me in the F sharp or the F minor or the E minor or the B flat, then how I can respond to them. So that was my another invention, that I tried to play like and practice like that way, where I can play with the jazz music from any of the scale they want, the piece. And so I got the opportunities to play with famous jazz musicians like P.P. Romba, and also with Prabhu Edward, and also with Selpa Baru and the full Biofarkas. And so it was my great pleasure to do.
Yeah, so you've been really went around from Europe, and you also worked with one of the renowned music directors like A.R. Rahman, Gulshan Kumar, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're pretty much in both, in
because that's a pretty well thing to know actually. That from 1993 I started working in the film media, and also work for which is called basically the session music, which is fixed music for the film or any drama or anything, composed music. So when I started working there, then I got to know many lessons I got to know from them actually, and which influenced me to more activate in the jazz format of playing, to practice like that.
Okay. So, what age did you start learning Santoor, or
when I was 8 years old, I started learning first.
Wow. Okay.
And then still going on, and I don't know what will happen, but we will be in the music, of course.
Yes. Wow. No, this is nice. And do you plan on developing something new, or that's just always ongoing thing that you're working in fusion with different styles of music, etc.?
Yeah,
because
actually
you can
my
go
intention.
from...
Yeah, exactly right. You are, and my intention is to always be in the something cultivative music, where you can do along with you, because Santoor is a traditional. Of course, it was traditional music, but it was basically a folk music, but instrument actually.
Yeah.
But when Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma ji, we know all of them, that when he transformed this instrument, that it can be played in the classical music also, then he tried. And after that, I thought that there is no more research with that how it can be little bit of different style of barge can be adopted by different artists. So it was my first intention to know and to grab the style, because in my childhood, you won't believe it, that I started to follow the Shivji's playing, as well as my guru's playing, Saranji's playing, but also started to follow the Shiv Kumar Sharma's playing. And after that, I understood that if I want to follow that style, then everybody should say that, okay, he is like Shiv Kumar Sharma or like Tarun Bhattacharya. But that I didn't want in my childhood. So for that, some few nominal changes I made in my, some, which is called the fundamental theorem of the Santoor, like the holding the sticks, that I changed, and also the plucking chikari, which I told you before. So that I tried actually.
Wow. Okay. What is your, let's say, when you are just sitting there and, let's say, chilling out with Santoor or something, and what do you like to play on that?
No, yeah, that is the thing is that which I told you before, that first of all, that there's something to adopt something like vocal intricacies inside my music, as well as to adopt some chikaris and to adopt with the tankaris and tantrakaris with the using of chikari, which has not been used before, that I can see. So that was my first intention, and I tried and practiced like that way. And with the Almighty, it's getting, because I cannot say that I created, that is a very bad word. I am trying to do that.
Oh, well, why not? We all try, so why, yes.
Yeah, everybody, because every musician wants to follow or to adopt something like from the gurus, but it is also, I think, another duty to enrich the culture or to heritage or the gharanas, how by which we can show something in the different way also.
Yes. Yes. And you also, like, on the Santoor, you play the alap and the tala, bandish, everything. So what I'm trying to get at is, like, you can go all the way from classical to jazz and the contemporary music on this.
Exactly. And these kinds of research help me a lot.
Okay.
To for the, like, I can play the hardcore Indian music, classical music, as well as the jazz music also.
Oh,
and I did this.
Do you teach this
as well?
I
teach. Yeah, I teach. And slowly, because still now the Santoor is not so well popular in India, because due to the time durations of the existing instrument, because from India, if you ask anyone, they can understand about sitar, sarod, but still if you ask to what is Santoor, there was a Santoor soap, they always relate with that. That's a very funny thing. But Santoor is so popular now, that has been popularized by the Shiv Kumar Sharma ji, of course. But now I can watch that slowly the young kids are getting interested, and I have my 21 students in India, Calcutta, and also my 6-7 students in abroad where I'm doing the online classes.
Nice. Okay. Oh, so you teach online as well then?
Yeah, I teach online as well, because now this is the benefit of the technology.
Yes, that's true. Yes, obviously that's there. Oh, great. And I hope that you reach more audience, more students.
Yeah, I love to be. I love to be. This is the ultimate goal for any musician in life, to as much as they can reach to the more audience. That is the great for them also.
Yeah. Okay, it was great having you here, and hope that you will come back to Montreal soon someday.
Surely I will come back to Montreal. And it's a promise to Montreal.
Oh. All right, so it's our promise to that. We'll wait for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, the Bharat Times. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.